Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of Find Your Clients by Creating Stories. We have Sagar with us. Sagar is an engineer, and his current profession involves business development and sales. My name is Vikram Shetty, and I am having an IT background, and currently my role also includes sales. So we have created this podcast series to help uh, anyone, primarily students or early young professionals, to create side income by creating stories and helping people to grow their personal brand. So in today's episode, we are talking about uh, the case study, and without wasting much time, I will hand it over to Sagar. And today's case study is about how will you pitch your clients. So, Sagar, all yours.
Yeah. Hi, people. I believe today is a most important episode wherein we are actually giving you some numbers. That means the reaction from the clients or the market location, I can say. So as you see, our volunteer did pretty good job, and as marked, the 180 thing 180 leads need to be sent out to every individual, so that was achieved. And we see if you see, the next point is connected is that the response received or the connection is accepted from the client. So once you send out a connection, the connection will be accepted from the client, right? So this 1 or 3 number, whatever you see, is the connection accepted. So in which 26 we got response. So response goes back when you send a connection, you have a section called a note, wherein we will be dropping the said words, wherein we are asking their permission that we have an idea, so are you interested. It is not exactly a pitch, basic introduction kind of thing. So for which we get a response, the volunteer got a response for 26 people, from 26 people. Once you get the response, we the volunteer sent out the pitch, in which he said what exactly is he will be making 31 stories for 31 days, and he can give you where no mention of amount or anything is given, only about the work, what 31 post will be and about what, and what will be his contribution to it. He sent out for 15 people out of 180 people. And in 15 people, the proposals in the 15 people, only 10 people wish to go ahead with the discussion. That is, they are willing to see what will be the price rating and how it all gonna go, and what are your contribution and what is his duty and those stuff, as the one pager thing what we have created. So that is sent out to 10 people. So luckily, I can say it's a good number. Two people have accepted it, and the volunteer is providing the required thing for 2 people. I believe the price range is the same, 3,100 into 2. That is the month, 2 month pack. I mean, single month, client package. So it will be 3,100 into 2. So that is the whole story of numbers here. So 180 clients and turn out to, oh, sorry, 180 leads, in which 2 clients turn out to be business giving clients. So if you see in percentage wise, if I can say, the most important, if we can say, the connection rate is really good. People are, it means that people acknowledge your effort, no matter what you are trying to pitch in, or no matter what topic you want to discuss, people are open to it. I believe it's a fair number of 57% of a connection, on which definitely Vikram gonna speak how fair it is or how good it is. So I'll just give you the numbers regarding this. And response rate, I can say that, as I heard from the volunteer, response rate was good. People were curious enough to listen to you, or it is, they don't know anything, it's just an idea which we are trying to share. And people are good enough, and for 180 people just in a messaging form without investing anything, and 14% of people are responding back to you and they wish to listen. You're a random guy and a client is ready to listen. I think it's a good number. And proposals and pitch are in a single digit number, which we were expected. We were not expecting this number, but it's still way higher than what we were expecting. And the great numbers of client, two numbers, that is 1% of 180 people. For a start, I believe I also Vikram also said the same thing. It's a good number ahead, and nice. You can say nice picture of whatever we thought on a first episode, and the results coming out at least to this level.
Right.
It's really shocking for us and really happy.
Right. And there are multiple things happening here in the conversion rate. So I will start from the last one, which Saga mentioned, that we got a breakthrough. So like that, there is a client conversion, which for any business development or sales, it's a very important milestone to achieve, which means you have a formula that produces result. So that's been established. The evidence is out there. The proof is there. So that's the thing that is very useful here. Secondly, the conversion metrics will help you to systematize your whole business process. Even if you are running it as a single person side business, if you want four clients, you know how many leads you have to connect with. Or if you want 10 clients, how you know, like you need at least 1,000 leads with this number. So at least that's a ballpark thing. It not always works like, but the average out works like. This is a standard sales conversion funnel that people talk about. And in terms of connection rate, I mean, I've been in LinkedIn for almost now 2 to 3 years. I have around 10,000 connections, so I have my own numbers. So my number is 60%, and which is a way good than the industry average. And industry average is somewhere around 10 to 20% only. So if you send out 10 requests to unknown people, and this is only about unknown people, if it's a known person, definitely they will accept your connection because but if you send out to 10 unknown people, the chances only two of them are accepting your result. So that's pretty much the numbers. So if you are anywhere above 40%, you are really doing good. That's what I've heard. But I've been doing like 60, 70%, 60% on an average is what I've been working. So this, from someone who is doing it for the first time and then converting it, that means this is like by far the best conversion number in that. Now there are other numbers which we can work on, go into deeper, dig into detail and kind of polish it, but that's not the purpose of this whole exercise. The whole exercise was to purpose anyone with raw knowledge and access to phone with internet. Is it's a medium of working. So that detail maybe we can talk about in future. But one thing that I would slide in, and you can do your own research, google it out. So if you increase the percentage from each stage, like you have to figure out why there are only 14 responses of 57. That number is a bit, that's the kind of a broken link. If you see the numbers, see, 14 to 8 to 6 to 1 and sounds very logical, very linear. But 57 to 14 is a big gap. So if we are able to increase that 57 to 30, automatically the client doubles, because then that gradually slides down. So those kind of detailing you might have to work out and you have to figure out. And sometimes you have to go back and figure out there are any special leads that we are kind of narrowing it down, and we have to figure out. So one of the things that I have discussed with Sagar is figure out the profile of the clients that we have got and try to make them the lead in the next round and see what the new number says. So every time you run with 100 leads, so now this is with 100 leads, are you able to convert one client, or are you able to increase these numbers, is what we should be focusing on. I'll not discuss in this. I will discuss it in the last question of our framework, which is in the next week. But yeah, I would want to leave some of this information for those who are watching this episode for the first time. And as Sagar lightly mentioned, this is the only episode which shares some numbers. It has some good news, and so it's not only theory. There are some practical, and someone made money in the bank account using this. So I'll hand it over to Sagar regarding some retrospective of what the volunteer has shared with us.
Yeah, before I go to this, I just wanted to say one more thing. When our volunteer said that he got one client, we just thought it should be luck by chance kind of thing, and once the second one, clocked in, it was a moment where I really felt like this case study or whatever we are trying to do, it's actually going in a right path, wherein written tweaks are required. That's for sure, but the whole system can be followed by anyone. So that's a very good thing for us too. So going back, most important thing, make an objection list. So whenever you send out whenever you send out a request or connection to unknown people, we definitely gonna get back by different people in different level. So you should be open. I mean, I believe all sales guys are okay to it, but as a newbie or a new guy who is trying to enter this, it's a common thing comes out from different people in a different way. Some don't respect you, some they are okay with it, some are not interested, some have their own reasons. But what my volunteer said about this is uh, that he first two or first five objection were bit difficult for him or stopped him to do more, and after five it was a habit. So it didn't affect him more, and moreover he understood that you make a categories of people, wherein whom you need to concentrate or whom you not to concentrate, or whom you need to pitch and whom you not to pitch. So it should be okay if
Right.
I'm right regarding that line.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, so this whole thing is a big experiment in any case. So there is no downside about the whole exercise, only the time and the effort. And the following question will actually give the upside of it also. And we will create a whole episode on objection list where we will talk about pricing and other objection that we, because the volunteer has spoken with at least 57 of them, the number shows, and connected with them. So if for all the 14, if there are patterns of objections that we will share. One of the objection that comes up to the mind is someone will ask you what will they gain, what's in it for them, or what's in it for me. It's a big one. And in this case, based on the original breakthrough that we got when the idea was there, so there is a possibility of them getting one client per month. So it's not guarantee, it's a possibility, but the chances are very high. And that's your pretty much your reply to that objection. So there is nothing superficial about it. We had in the past, so we can just mention we had people in the past, they, because they were consistent every day, somebody inquired, gave an inquiry, or somebody asked for their business, and that's a possibility. And so that's one of the answers. So similarly, we will talk about at least 10 objection. Most of them will be over with the volunteer, but if we think like there are other common objection which I and Sagar often get in our day-to-day work, we will share it with you. Because people are very scared about objection, scared about rejections. But I think if you are in sales, rejection is your friend. So you should not worry about it. All right. So
Yeah, and one more thing, the line what you formed to introduce, or a greetings line what we had, I believe it was much more polishing, or it was kind of sentence which was completely saying that I am a giver, I'm giving something, I'm sharing an idea. So I believe that has a certain impact of less objection, I can say, because I was expecting a huge number of objections coming on, or backlashing or something on your personal ground. Different kinds of other things may come, maybe because of that line was so many times polished, and it was very nice of a giver kind of thing, a humble lines or humble words, because of which also the objection was. So these all factors definitely increase our or decrease our objection list, I can.
absolutely, absolutely. I think that plays a role. It's a part of the whole system, right? So that's where when the output is not right, we have to make sure we polish the system so that we can create the output as much as we want.
Mm.
All right. Moving on to next question.
Yeah. So, what is the tone of your conversation? So, the tone of conversation is the guy who is really busy. If I can guess, just give a picture. The client is always busy, and the client for this subject as a sales leader is a very busy or a very influential person. So you can't be in a different tone. You can be in a tone wherein you make his life easy. No, however way it is possible. So whenever you pitch in and he's interested in your topic, and if you can be very direct, sometimes you can I guess even Vikram had an example wherein he said, like, you can directly give the money. They just want that. What are you charging? What are you charging? How many you're giving? Simple words, very simple, because these people doesn't have time. So it's completely depend on your customer. So if you go to LinkedIn, I believe most of the guys are professionals and they just want answer for their question, nothing else. So keep it very professional. Every tone, every discussion of yours to the point. No masalas required. Just to the point will fetch everything. I believe that is what the experience I saw from our volunteer. So yeah. So what did you learn? So my volunteer is very happy now. He's learning too much. He's too much interested to pitch into more 100 peoples. But as Vikram mentioned, so we're gonna segregate and concentrate on only set of people for next time, because we want to increase these percentages in each column. We just don't want 57 and 14, a huge difference. So, learning experience was you can reach out to any stranger with a good statement. That is a better, the best learning came out from this. You have a good statement and you have a good solution. You can reach out to any guy, any person in any time, or however way it is possible. And if they are interested, they're gonna respond you back. If not, it's okay. There are crores of people outside. So you just need to sell out your skills and earn some money. That's it. So that is the biggest learning. And so what skills did you acquire? So one skill is the human interaction. I believe the volunteer was very much confident, very much confident to be in any professional platform. And each and every even one of the client had a frequent discussion on call. And even he was a sales head of south region or something. I just don't know, but he was a very good, very higher position guy. And to have a conversation with that a professional guy, it's a skill, it's a skill set. You speak to leaders, speak to higher professionals or higher leaders. It's a very big skill. And you speak to the required topic, and you speak in a minimum, because we have very less time frame, and you speak very less and to the point. And those kind of skills, and negotiating sometimes, they are not okay to your prices, they think it's higher, or you try to explain what actually the value you provide in this whole package. And you understand their functionalities. You can't each and every time guess what a person is doing. When you speak, you understand what that profession is all about, what that leader is all about. So understanding all these different aspects of an person, the human interaction, or the ease of human interaction, I believe that is the biggest skill our volunteer has acquired. So what will you do next? So as we discussed before this, we had a discussion with Ikram, and we decided that we will be concentrating to a lesser group of people. With like in these responses, we see a certain designated people. The people from certain designation are responding back. So it means that that group of people will be much more valuable for us, and we will be much more valuable for them. So we're going to concentrate to that people and see that we reduce the gap between 57% and 14% to a less gap. And see that there if there's any changes, and we'll definitely improvise our content which we are trying to post to our clients. And yeah, the small improvements we'll definitely do once we get the next batch of set of clients.
All right. Thank you, Sagar, for that case study. And so, for all the viewers, I think the experiment can be declared successful.
Yeah.
So, we have already decided. So, now what we are doing is we are polishing it and maybe taking it to the next level. And there is a reason behind this. It's not by default; it's by design. And the next episode, where we will talking about when you will get your first client is the question, and the answer is already here. So the answer is first. So you already got your first client. But what happens if after you do this whole exercise and you don't get? So then when should you get? Till when you should run the experiment? So we'll answer all those questions, and that is the reason we are talking about this percentage of conversion and all, and that we will discuss in the next episode. And we might not do the case study on that. We might share just the final numbers if we happen to do. There are a couple of other things. So as we have already shared with you one bonus episode on objection, we'll also share one bonus episode on total time taken, time duration taken. As you already know, we are releasing this episode weekly, and it's a live exercise. So as we lead there, the volunteer works on it. So on an average, this is the ninth episode. So and we haven't released for two, so almost 2.5 3 months period. So 3 months is 90 days is, I think, what we are targeting, and for you to like the whole thing. But we will actually share on each questions how much time that the volunteers spend. We'll share with you. So that is not a proof, but a reference point of someone who has successfully converted it to a client, how much time he has taken. So that's pretty much one episode. And another, the third one which we will do is qualification of a lead, because we thought like that would be very interesting, because whatever space you are in, I think there are a couple of things that you should focus on and try to figure out a profession which have all those qualities or characteristics in terms of qualification. When I say qualification, pretty much is it means like that person is definitely earning more than 1 lakh a year. He has more than 15 years of experience or 10 years of experience. So those kind of a profession, because we found like we have done a couple of smaller experiments. As a volunteer just went wild a bit. He just tried to because he found one client, he went on message everybody, and that the response was completely different than expected, and then we had to make sure that he come back to track, and there are reasons for it. So you will not go into other area. We'll focus on what, because our objective is anyone who is trying it should be able to successfully at least log down one client. And as soon as they get one client, their confidence will be automatically double or triple. We have seen that firsthand, and that's our objective. And then the next episode, when we are talking about conversion rate, that would also help you to how double down or triple down on area, and where we can get it to 3 clients or 5 clients. And remember, if 3,000 per month, and if it is 5 clients, that's 15,000 per month. It's a good handsome money for anyone. Uh, Anyone with anywhere from the range of 20 to 50,000 a month salary, it's a good amount of them, because it's almost like 20-25% of their uh, monthly income. It's a good amount for someone for a side income. And we will also share in the time where the actual time to create the post is relatively smaller. So the time spent is it's not that much, even though the spread is bigger, but the time spent is not that much, and it's 50% intellectual and 50% hard work. It's a mix of both. Saga, do you want to add anything before we wrap the episode? You're on mute.
I'm really sorry. Okay, so one thing I wanted to say, the confidence level when we started this case study was different, and whatever numbers we are seeing right now, it's different. So
Yeah.
go for it, guys. Just have a
Yeah.
try. Yeah, just have a try, give a try, send out to have those numbers. I know why these numbers are important. This shows the conversion.
Yeah.
Have those numbers. You send out to 10 people, write it down. Or 150 people, write it down, and it is very important for us, not that you get one client or you don't, the how to repeat the exercise, that what makes you how to
Right.
repeat the exercise. So that's most important thing I can say.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I was confident about the framework, but till we get the proof, I was not so pushy about it. But as soon as I got the proof, like for example, in the last in the middle of the week, I'll just share some numbers with you. So our episodes are, I mean, we are not putting any plug like share, subscribe. anything like that. I would urge you to share this episode, because just sharing this episode might help someone earn. So the message that I came, for example, my last episode. So on an average, the first episode has more than 100 views, because we share that playlist with everyone and then they can watch it. So that's pretty much the marketing side that we did. But the rest of the episode, after fourth episode, was 9 view, 5 view, 19 view. But the last episode has 30 view, because I pushed it. I shared it on my status on WhatsApp and all, so it automatically like double tripled, because of the result that we are sharing today. So yeah, I would urge you, if I'm sharing this to you, watch it, and as well as if you're watching till now, I think you should share it, uh, because it might help someone to learn and to make money on the side. Thank you very much, and talk to you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Thank you, people.